Here we are once again. Episode 75. 75. We're about to get started with more Abomination madness. We got a full house tonight. All our regular players are in the session tonight. That's good. We missed last week. We all kind of took a break. Although me and Kyle hung out and did some skirmish battles, trying out some new monsters and character abilities, because why not? And yeah, we're going to pick up episode 75 tonight. And everybody's here. We're going to do a recap. We're going to do an intro and get started with this craziness. We're starting in another combat again. Seems to be a ritual for us. Start every session with a, hey, combat. So that's cool. So let's get into this. Let's introduce our players. And then Karma's going to do a recap for us for an extra hero point. And then we're going to get into this. We're going to play some Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Awesome. So let's do our intros. We're going to start off with Rachel, because she loves being number one.
Is this going to be an ongoing joke?
It might be. It might be. I like it.
All right, so I'm Rachel, and today I am playing Cypher. She is an elvish bard. Although she knows how to play, and she does enjoy it on occasion, she hates playing for crowds. So she's turned to more of a life that she loves, which is dungeon diving and just being mischievous in general. She loves to be sarcastic, and she's a really good liar. It's proven handy on a few occasions. But in combat, she's a spellcaster through and through. Unless she feels the need to pull out her whip and Indiana Jones these guys with her quick draw.
Yeah.
And she's fun to play, and I'm excited for the session.
Awesome.
Always.
That's great. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to move on to number 2 here. And that's going to be Kyle. Kyle, how you doing?
What's up? How y'all doing? I'm Kyle. I play Bjorn, the 7-1 Hulk of a man. Fighter. With a little bit of cleric in intuition, we'll say. Been rocking the glaive the last couple sessions. Really enjoying it so far. It's different. But yeah, Bjorn has a sort of dark history revolving around the Gauntlight and Otari, and I'm sure we'll get into that eventually. But yeah, he's knee deep trying to help the companions, trying to stop whatever enemies are down here. And of course, he's got some damn good help in terms of the other companions. So I'm excited to rock and roll and start slinging that glaive again, and see what kind of madness and mayhem we can keep up with this time, because you know it's going to be madness and mayhem.
Madness and mayhem. Madness and mayhem. We got Ryan in the chat tonight. Ryan, of course, plays Lofter. He's listening in to you knuckleheads tonight, or us knuckleheads. Yeah. So how you doing, Ryan? And okay, next up is going to be number 3. That's going to be Karma.
Hello there. I am Karma, and I play a cleric, war priest, healer type character. She's devoted to Ayamode, and she believes that Ayamode gave her she's enacting Ayamode's will when she seeked out the companions, and she stays to try to protect them. She's super interested in the fact that Kyle's character is also a devotee of Ayamode, so she kind of feels like it was meant to be.
Like Ayamode's will is being done here in some way. Makes sense.
That's right.
Of course, Desna might have something to say about that. Okay. Thanks for that. We're going to go to number 4 tonight, which is going to be Dizzy. What's going on, Dizzy?
What's going on? I play Lyra, the champion. Basically, she's just going to be ensuring people survive, people can carry on with their work, and above all else, actually make sure everybody comes out of the area alive.
Excellent.
And we thank you for it.
We do.
Learning step. So useful.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Thanks for that, Dizzy, who's bringing the Mountain Dew tonight. And, of course, we have Jesse bringing up the rear tonight. Introduce yourself, Jess.
Hey guys, I'm Jesse and I play Valfor, our two-handed specialist fighter. The deeper we get into this dungeon, you're starting to notice that he is getting more and more impatient. And you know he is definitely focused on getting Velcora's head.
Definitely.
It seems to be his focus for some reason. He seems to always be ready. I mean, he never, ever takes his armor off, which is kind of unusual.
It's noticeable.
Nope.
It's at least
But
noticeable.
he's never not ready for a fight, ever. We shall see.
Excellent. All right, I got everybody right. Okay. And of course, there's me. Everybody knows me. The Fritzmeister. We're going to go on to our little recap from our last session. Brief recap for an extra hero point. And tonight that's going to be Karma. She's volunteered to refer to her notes, weave it into a narrative, and see how it goes briefly. So, Karma, take it away. Give us a little recap.
Alright, so last time in episode 74, we started off with the other characters, Althea, Agatha, Vugrunder, Chapt, and my new character, Niranith. A lot of them seemed to be having dreams of serpents that beckon to them. And Agatha specifically was found kind of secluding herself from the group for a while. She had a tattoo etched on her left hand that was etched into her flesh that seemed to be making it so that something was wrong. Couldn't heal, and she was very ill. Vugunder, Althea, and Sheppy all met first at the Rowdy Rockfish 2 days after returning from the Gauntlight. And they kind of talked for a bit about the horrible abomination destroying them and how they lost Cassandra. Very good role play, but eventually they separated out and split the group so that Vugrunder could collect Agatha and the other two, Sheppy and Althea. Alethea? Althea. I got it.
You got it, Althea.
They both ran into Niranith along the way. They all met up back at the place where they all could meet up with Rin Sivexi, and they were introduced to the Mist. They were told that the Mist was a firebrand, and he had information on Belcora and Nimbloth, the dark deity. He had recovered a serpentkin who had a message, partially in runes. Ruins, not runes. From the Jade Shackles. And they worship Nimbloth and they worship Belcora. They call her the Dark Queen. The message was a very short one. And after hearing the message, everybody decided to go and travel to Chiliax to meet with the Mist and try to do something about the Belcora and influence in that area. And then the other side of the adventure, that same time, you had the other group who are still in the abomination in the lighthouse, and they fought against Drescon and the I'm not gonna try to pronounce that name, but the quartermaster who we were looking for, one of them, and we defeated the group, got his key and the necklace, and that's where we left off. I believe.
Excellent. Get yourself another hero point. So you got 2 tonight.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well done. Any questions? Anybody? We all good?
All good.
Jesse, of course, you're playing remotely tonight, thanks to Kyle.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I gotcha.
All right, let's begin this. Delving deep on what is referred to as the prison level. Level 7. You've been experiencing a lot of demonic, dark, evil creatures. The presence is everywhere. You feel it in the walls, the vibrations of this place. You're getting close. We're getting close. Whatever lies at the heart of this gauntlight cannot be far away. You push on. You just got done having an encounter with some imp creature that tried to strike up a deal, perhaps for a soul. You walked away from that. You headed back west. Fought a brief combat to the north in a northern corridor not far from your current location, where you retrieved one of the pieces that's required to get beyond that gate with the pentagram symbol. Exactly, Kyle. Right there. Something that Labra was able to identify. But for whatever reason, you decided to head south quickly after the combat, and thinking that it would be an easy run back to the upper level where you have a little stash or a little safe room, you were greeted by some familiar faces, at least for Bjorn and Lyra. Some more of these demon-like creatures, one of which you've never seen before. That would be this hulk of a creature. The other that you see, you've seen before. In fact, you just fought a combat with them. Something very familiar about these creatures. Their face. There's something about the eyes that you've seen before. But somehow the creature is just different. It has these things on its back that almost look like it's an automaton of some sort. Who knows? Maybe more evidence of this flesh warping. A practice of drow. But anyway. And you've encountered them. Ahead of you, maybe 30 feet in this chamber, this octagon room that you're heading towards, this is a room where you know there is some type of alarm. There is a glowing red pulsing orb in the middle. You could see it clearly, and it kind of pulses. And you know from experience, according to Bjorn and Lyra, that if you set foot within it, it will paralyze you. You'll freeze in place. Your muscles will stop functioning and you'll be locked in place. And somehow it seems like it's some type of alarm or trap or something. For when that happened last time, these creatures came out running in numbers, and there's 2 of them currently facing you in this octagonal room straight ahead, blocking your way to your safe room. The double doors ahead are open. These creatures, you could see the doors behind them. That's obviously where they came from. Now, Bjorn, you have experience with these creatures, some of them anyway. In this location as well. You fought them here. So, with that, let's begin our combat. I had to roll initiative anew. We're going to take it, and we're going to begin the encounter. And Bjorn, that means you're first, leading the group with a solid 33 initiative. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna have Bjorn. He's gonna sort of march down to the end of the corridor, and he's gonna stop abruptly on the corridor side of the entranceway to the room. And he's gonna cast Battle Prayer on the big guy. Let me put that in the chat. So yeah, you would see as he marches down there and stops abruptly, sort of motioning specifically for the others to kind of give the room a wide berth. The head of his blade begins to glow a bright, vibrant yellow as he lifts it aloft, and the pillar descends on the creature. And now we're going to make a religion. I will hero point that gladly. No, it's worse.
He doesn't.
Oh, Jim, off to a good start.
He doesn't react at all.
And then that's it. I'm just going to hold my ground here.
You hear crashing around in the room beyond. Something else is entering the fray. And it sees you. What is your will DC?
My will DC is 25.
It looks in your direction in Undercommon and begins screaming profanities at you, hulking itself up in front of you. What is your DC?
25.
All right, you have critically failed an intimidation to demoralize you. I know you have bravery. You become frightened 2, so that's going to become frightened 1, I believe, with your bravery.
Yep.
All right, so you're frightened 1. It is pretty intimidating when you see this creature. He looks like a Hulk. So there's 2 of these guys down there. Karma, you hear voices ahead of Bjorn. You hear screaming. If you speak Undercommon, you can understand what's going on up there. You hear profanities being laid against you and Bjorn and the others. What do you do?
I'm going to... Interesting. I will move here. this spell, this cantrip, on Bjorn.
Thank you, thank you.
And I kind of spit in their direction. They're throwing profanities back, so I'm not here for niceties.
You see another one of these creatures that you've seen before enter the room. Not one of the big ones, one of the ones, the creepy things on their back. They shoot spikes. And it moves up to you, Bjorn, and stops short, and it seems to almost beckon you to come into the room. And it says this in Undercommon. Yes, come in, join us for a party of doom. Cypher, you're up. From the shadows in the rear of the group, what do you do?
She's in fact going to delay. Let Lyra and Valafor go first.
Okay, I'll make you invisible in the tracker. You tell me when. You got 2 more initiatives. Okay, Lyra, you're up.
Okay. Let's see here. Lyra is going to move up. I believe her 2-hand is already drawn at this point. And then, let's see here.
Yeah, we'll assume you have both hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
Can move another 10 feet, I think, right? Or 15?
I can move another 10 feet. And then she's going to, after probably think about a minute or two, she's going to move up beside Bjorn, and then hold. Well, she won't be able to hold her action, but she'll wait to see what Valathor and Bjorn are going to decide to do.
All right, so you want to spend 2 actions to ready an action?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that costs 2 of your actions, so your turn will end. But what is the trigger, and what do you want to do?
Trigger's going to be as soon as one of the enemy moves forward to attack any of the group, Lyra is going to be instantly attacking.
So when they come in reach, you're going to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'll be your reaction. Okay, we're going to go to Valafor. That's a cheap way of getting an attack of opportunity, in a way, right? Okay, Valafor.
Valfor is going to change his grip. Now, change grip is free, right?
Action.
No.
No? Okay. So he's going to change his grip to one-handed on the axe. He's going to pull out a javelin and then move up. And then I guess he's done.
Do you want to enter the chamber, move past Lyra, or do you want to hold back behind her?
I will wait there for now.
Okay. Okay, let me adjust some things. I made a mistake here.
And I'll take my turn after Valafor.
Okay, let me see. This guy here, I have to exchange with this guy. I made a mistake. And this guy, I have to put back here.
Just stay there, Kyle.
Exchange it with this guy. I forgot we're using group initiative, so creatures are moving as a group. I got two groups here. I've got the little spider-like guys, then I got the big hulking guys. I knew I'd messed something up. These guys should be invisible. Let me double check this. Yes. Yes. All right, Cypher, do you want to take your turn?
Yes.
Before you do that, let me move some of these guys that I forgot to move.
Okay.
Nothing big. I'm just going to move them into those positions. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, she follows the team into this hallway. And she's going to cast a spell. Her trusty old Inspire Courage. And everybody can go ahead and add that. And then she casts Shield on herself.
That it?
Yeah, that's all 3 of my actions.
Okay, Bjorn, round 2. You're up.
He says he's going to be right back.
Okay. Let's go. Well, I don't want to take the creature's turn.
He has a reach weapon. He could probably reach that creature.
Yeah. Does he? Let me see what he's got.
If he's got the glaive, that has reach.
There he is. He's got his glaive. It's out with both hands on it, so he could. That has reach. I guess it has reach. Alright, let's make his attack then. It lashes out at the creature. Ah! He gets a nice solid 30 against this creature, which is going to be a critical hit. He's going to roll critical damage on this bad boy. He's going to do 33 points of damage, including a deadly D8.
Wowza.
Yeah, deadly, forceful, and reach. So, minus 33. And he's going to do it again. Second attack. This one's only got a +9. 19, that won't cut it. There's no hero points. He just barely missed. And he's going to try and intimidate the creature. You shall die, vile creature. I've seen your likes before. Give up now while you can. He tries to intimidate it. And that's going to be a DC of 21. You've fought these creatures before. He gets a 27. That is success. This creature is frightened. It backs up from Bjorn.
Don't forget to add Inspire Courage.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Because he gets a +1 to hit and +1 to damage as well.
Should be already factored. Oh, he didn't drag it to his character.
No, he didn't. He must have left right when that happened. Both him and Valafor.
Well,
Sorry.
You did pretty good. You critical hit the creature. You missed with the second attack, but that's okay. You threw some threats down on the creature and critically, or not critically, you did actually intimidate it. It's frightened 1.
Yeah, sorry, the dog decided he was going to run headfirst into the gate and get his damn head stuck.
Happens.
It does. Don't forget to drag Inspired Courage into you and Jesse. Kyle.
Got it.
Excellent.
All right, so you're done, Bjorn. We're going to go to the creatures.
Now, does my frighten go away?
It should. At the end of your turn.
And don't forget, when you're inspired, you also get a +1 to saves against fear effects.
Gotcha.
At the end of each of your turns, the value of your frightened condition decreases by 1, so you're no longer frightened. Alright, so Bjorn's done. Go to these creatures. Let's see which ones it is. Okay, it's going to be the big guys. They're going to take their actions now. And you notice that in Undercommon, they seem to be these big creatures back here. They seem to be like issuing orders, commanding, goading the other creatures, as well as each other, forward into battle. So anyone that understands Undercommon, you recognize what's being said here. And the one to the right rushes forward, let's see, right to here. And
The glow in the center, sorry to interject, but is that just like a glow of light? Or is there like an object, like a sphere, giving off this glow?
there's like a, it's coming from the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
Let me go to its description real quick. Bright blood red light shines down from the top of a pyramid in a perfect circle on the floor. Chamber forms a large octagonal pyramid, the chamber itself, and has 4 exits in opposite walls. And bright blood red light shines down from the top of the pyramid, the top of the room, essentially, is what it's saying. There's no, like, pyramid in here, but... yeah. And it's in that center square. But all around it, there is the edge of the glow. And this is the area you've been warned about by Bjorn. Do not enter that area. The foolish Lyra, she did, and it froze her solid. So this one right here just advanced forward. It's still out of reach, Bjorn. And it throws something. Let's see what this frickin' thing is. Blind. Bloop. It throws it at Lyra. Let me try and describe what it is. The heck is this thing? I've never heard of it before. Circular weapon. Sharp metal circle contains numerous protruding blades, while an angled central handle provides a decent grip that spins the weapon as it's thrown. Oh, so it's like chakram.
Chakra.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. He wings this thing at you. Score is a 30. Your armor class is 25. That's going to
It's
be a hit.
not critical.
Okay, let's roll some normal damage. I'll keep this hidden until you fight these guys a little longer. You're going to take 15 points of mental and slashing damage. Mental. Ah, there must be some magical properties to it. Something vile. Penetrates your mind and it shakes you, Lyra. It shakes you. 15 points of damage. And let's see. Let me double check to see how many of these bad boys it's got. Ah, it's only got the one. Okay, in that case, after it does that, it's going to start bellowing insults, threatening you. It's going to attempt to demoralize you. What is your will DC?
Plus 12.
So 22. Just add 10 to it.
Okay.
So 22. Okay, it's going to be a critical failure. You're going to be shaken to your very core. You're frightened too. The other creature he's going to move to here and he's shouting orders. Let me double check their auras here. Huh. That's an interesting little thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next we're going to go to Karma. Doesn't seem to do anything else. It's right behind the other creature.
Karma's not afraid to enter the room, so we're gonna do that.
Okay.
We're gonna go right here. And I'd like to target him, right? Target. Right. I'm gonna hit him.
What are you using?
Slashing on my longsword.
Using your longsword? Slashing.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna use a hero point on that.
That was a hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
But,
wanted something better than that.
yep, you got it. You got a critical hit on him. You cut deep.
And then let's roll critical damage there.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh.
Wow. Nice.
Rock on, Karma.
And turning from that slaughter, she'll raise her shield and wait for what's next.
All right, hold on. Of course,
Yep,
you've
okay.
experienced these creatures before and you know when they die. Or is that a different creature? What happened here?
That's a different creature.
Different creature.
Yeah, gibbering mouther is what you thinking of.
Yeah.
And those slug creatures that blow up.
Yeah, I was thinking of the slug creatures.
Okay. Yeah, you're right about that. Let me see something here. There's a reaction the other creature has.
Gotcha, Kyle.
Alright, so stay in fight. The creature behind the one you defeated there. This big old guy. Imparts some of his own energy to keep the ally fighting. So this creature is not dead. After all, this is a reaction. It happened as soon as you slew the creature. So as a reaction, this creature you slew still stands.
Alright.
Let me see if that worked. No, it didn't. Plus
This
1.
is near death instead of dead.
There. That's good. So it's still standing, but barely. Ah, this is interesting, though. But the creature, he takes damage for doing this. So he imparts part of his essence into keeping this creature alive, but he takes damage. I won't tell you how much. Okay. That was interesting. Might as well use it. Of course, you guys can see how much damage, I think. Right. So that was a reaction. Are you done?
I'm just raising my shield.
Okay, raise shield. Excellent. Next is going to be those creatures. So, the creature that you thought you slew is still alive, and it reaches with its claws to strike at you. It's going to strike at you, Lyra, with a vicious claw. You weren't prepared for this.
Karma or Lyra? Sorry, I wasn't sure which.
Karma. Do I keep getting Lyra and Carmen's names confused?
That was the first time that I noticed.
19 will not cut it. You deflect the blows. It's going to attack again. And it missed horribly. And for its final trick, it's going to pull back. Now, let's see. Could you attack it from there, Bjorn?
Well, I do have range 10 feet.
Is that 10 feet? I'm asking you. Yeah, it is.
Yes, sir.
He pulled away, so if you want to attack an attack of opportunity, there's going to be a bonus to his armor class. You can do so. If you want.
That's a critical hit.
That against a 21 armor class in this case. Won't be critical, but it's going to be a hit. Karma's in the way.
Still take 12 points of slashing.
And that's enough to drop him. So as this creature lashes out at Lyra after she thought she defeated it, it begins to pull away. But as it does, you catch it, Bjorn. Your quick eye for battle seizes the opportunity, and you catch it and pierce it and drop it. So it's actually dead.
Kind of worked around Karma's body there to kind of help assist with the glaive slashing through.
Over her shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I could use the reaction of the other creature to keep it alive. Again.
One reaction per turn, please.
No, this is a separate creature. There's two of them. There's two of these big guys.
I forgot that.
They have their own reactions. I could do that, but I won't. Because I take 2d6 mental damage for doing it. Screw that. Just to give him one hit point? Nah, he's done. But the creature would live and I could pull him away. And get one last attack on you next turn, maybe. But I'm not going to do that. This creature, on the other hand, is going to take some action. Except the big guy's in the way. He's gonna... I guess he can move here. Yeah. Get a clear shot at Lyra. Or not Lyra, Karma, since she's
Karma.
entered the room. So he's gonna stride over here a little bit closer to the light. And he's gonna make a ranged attack. He's gonna shoot needles from his back directly at you. You get to 16. That's not enough to hit you, Karma. Neither is a 15. Okay. Gonna go to Lyra.
All right. Seeing how these creatures are deciding to choose to do range over close range, Lara is going to give up her reaction should one step near and decide to take the battle to them. I wasn't supposed to move that far, but I guess it wouldn't let me move that.
Where'd you want to move? There?
But I was supposed to try and move right there. And then I'm going to take first swing at this large creature right here. I guess one of the... She would assume sounds like a leader.
Okay. You just hit. $15 points. What is that symbol of? The sign of the sun there? Vitality. What is that?
Positive damage.
Positive damage? Huh. Did they change the name
I think they might have changed it.
to Vitality?
Yeah, because it used to just be positive damage.
There is no positive damage anymore. It's Vitality. I think that's the case. And in this case, the creature howls in even more pain than you ever imagined, Lyra. He's going to take some additional damage. Vitality damage.
She's going to lay into it one more time.
All right, wait a minute. So instead of doing 4 points of vitality damage, you did 14 points of vitality damage.
Whoa.
Yeah. For a total of 25. I'll tell you that because it seems to be a new rule now. Vitality. Interesting.
Oh,
Right.
She's still going to lay into it.
Lay into it. Need a 24. 26. You hit. Normal damage.
12 plus the vitality.
So 12. He's going to take 22 points of damage. Very good. You sense the vitality of this creature drain as you sink your blade into it with holy power. It seems susceptible, this demonic creature.
And she's going to hold her ground, and that'll be it.
Okay, excellent. Well done, Dizzy. I'm telling you. All right, let's go to Velafor. You're up, Master of the Blade.
All right, I'm going to drop the javelin, change my grip,
Okay, 2 actions.
And move,
Well, free action
move
to
up.
drop.
Yep. Another action to change grip. And then I'm going to move up to the creature on the left.
There.
You have 1 more action.
And split it in 2. 34.
34 is going to be critical hit. Ah!
Ugh.
18 points of damage, critical total. All right. Okay. This is your retribution axe, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I haven't taken any damage yet, though.
All right. He howls in pain. You really cut him. And he looks at you menacingly. He says in some language you don't understand, unless you understand Undercommon. He basically said, you will pay for that, human. So anyone that can understand Undercommon, there you go. Okay, next we're going to go to Cypher. Where is she? Where's Cypher?
She's in the back, in the shadows. And if it wasn't her voice resonating through these halls, you wouldn't even know she's there. But she's singing more songs of encouragement, inspiring her allies and teammates. But then, from way in the back... Let's see.
So everyone gets Inspire Courage. Drag that to your token once again. It only applies once, so if you already have it,
I think it'll say expired.
you're good for another round. Fresh inspiration. Do you play an instrument with this, or are you singing?
So if it's a 3 action, I have to get my instrument out because it's my component.
Ah.
But since this is just a verbal thing, she's singing it. If it's verbal
Okay.
thematic, she's singing and dancing.
Ah, that's interesting.
So she's singing these words of inspiration, and we face them before cleave them. just a simple song, you know, but enough where the words really resonate.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And she's going to cast something else, but it's kind of like a range issue. Currently at 35 feet. She's going to spend an action to get in close. You know what? She's just going to cast Magic Missile. Why not?
Oh, okay.
So just a single action Magic Missile.
That's good, because they've got armor class bonuses here, which that'll ignore.
So it's 5 force damage. Oh, apologies. She's attacking the closest one here.
5 points.
She has a better eye on him.
Ah! Okay. Gonna go to round 3. Bjorn, you're back into it again.
I'm gonna squeeze my way. Into that corner, and I'm going to start pivoting the glaive around, trying to attack the big boy. This will be slashing.
Okay, 32.
It'll be 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Let me see, yeah. Well, Yeah, I'll try one more. Hit normal. And for another 11 slashing.
Okay.
That'll be it.
All right, let me see. I might as well start with this one that you now have engaged in melee. Let's see what he can do. He threw his little weapon there, so that's out of the action, so he looks menacingly at you. Give me a number between 1 and 6, Bjorn.
4.
And Lyra, a fist comes directly at you. Ooh, but you easily dodge out of the way of this incoming fist. He's going to attempt it again. And you get out of the way. Curse you! And it turns to you, Bjorn. And another fist comes directly at you. Now remember, anybody that was frightened, it goes down 1 at the end of your turn. I think one of you, I think it was Lyra. Weren't you frightened too? You should be at frightened.
Yeah, I already brought down to 1.
All right, you're a frightened 1. All right, it's going to attack Bjorn this time.
Armor class 26.
All right, it misses. You guys are just dodging their blows easily right now. The other creature over here fighting against Falafor is going to do likewise. It immediately attacks you with this weapon that was thrown earlier. It's going to attack you with this chakram. .35. Your armor class 25. That's going to be a critical hit. You're going to take 36 points of damage. It's going to attack
Stop that one, my brother.
.21. That's going to miss you.
Is it too late for liberating stuff to be used?
It's too late. He's into his third and final action. He's going to attempt to demoralize you, Valafor. Let's see how that goes over. As he begins to hulk up and scream profanities at you in Undercommon. But he's looking very threatening. What is your will DC?
22.
He got a success. It's exactly 22. Do you have bravery?
Yes, he does.
It's no effect. You shake it off. It's like, yeah, whatever. Come on. Okay, we're going to go to Karma.
Seeing Valafor bravely fighting in 1v1 combat, she's going to join the fray. Go target. Right. Here we go.
There you go, Karma.
Alright, 25, that's a hit. A little damage. Nine.
Ah, you catch it in the flank. What are you using? Your longsword of striking?
My longsword of striking, that's correct.
Nice. You catch it in the flank. Sink the blade deep. think the default is slashing on a sword.
Yes, slashing. I know I could do piercing too, but I just want to do slashing for now. Sorry.
Okay. You got one
And,
more? Or you...
Nope, I'm gonna raise my shield again.
Okay, raise your shield. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna go to this little guy here. Once again, let me see. Karma, you're gonna take another series of needle shots as this thing hurls needles from its back in your direction. Gets a 17. That won't cut it. It's going to do it again. Away, needles! They just explode from it. That's not going to do it. Immediately begins to fall back. Okay, we're going to go to Lyra. How do you respond to that little barrage of needles?
Well, she's gonna lean to this leader again.
Bellafor has to be careful. You're right on the border of that glowing red alarm.
Good. I got you.
You're right.
I'm gonna
in
hero
there.
point that.
Okay. $23.
Does that hit?
That is a miss. Just missed.
Alright, gonna lean to it again then.
You need a 24.
Oh my god. Now she's livid. She's gonna lean into it one more time.
Wing it for the
Ooh,
fences.
22, but it's not enough. You're frightened as a -1. That didn't help that you were frightened. It still would have missed. But yeah, you did a 24.
End of turn then.
Okay, we're going to go to Valafor.
Okay, my retribution act should be taken effect now. I'm going to attempt to knock it down this time. That is a regular hit, and then I'll make my athletics if I do hit.
$26 is going to hit.
That's enough.
So make your athletics and then do your damage.
Sorry.
In either order, doesn't matter. Is that the damage?
Yeah, that's the damage from the strike, and then here's the athletics.
Against his, fortitude DC, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, you need a 25. Got it, 26. That's
All
success.
right, so he takes 17 points and is knocked down.
Oh! He hits the stone floor.
So he is now off guard.
Well, he's prone, not off guard. That includes off guard, but where's the prone button?
Gotcha. And then I will hit him one more time while he's down.
Ugh.
How about that one, you ain't?
I will hero point that, please.
Still missed.
No good. That's it.
19. You needed a 22. All right. Cipher. Is it Cipher or Cipher?
Cipher.
All right. Cipher.
Like you have to cipher her because she's so hard to read. um, so her words mumble and she speaks and she casts spells and weaves it. She sees the struggles that that Valifor has just had after laying it into this creature, but she ponders, do I attack that one or the more injured one? The thoughts race in her mind. It's around a 6 seconds. Oh no, which she's gonna attack this one. she casts produce flame. So let's see if it even hits.
It's going to have bonus to its armor class. Ooh,
I got 34.
You've got it, but it's not critical.
All right, let's get the damage out. 16 of fire damage.
Okay, 16 points it is. As it begins to ignite briefly, fire erupts around its shoulder and its head, and it begins to whack at it, screaming in pain. Ah! It is near death.
And lastly, she'll sing of her victory, the fact that it hit. And this is in turn used to inspire the others. If I, a bard, can if I can damage it, then surely you can take it out in the next hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. I'm really liking bards all of a sudden. Great stuff. Good fun. That's what that is.
Yes.
Okay, Bjorn, you're up.
Okay, I want to do something crazy here, Fritz. I like to move, but I like to move and hug the wall and get here.
All right, go ahead and make a tumble through.
Athletics.
It's going to be acrobatics. Tumble through. One action to do this. So acrobatics against reflex DC of the creature.
26.
Okay, you're successful. That means you move through the enemy's space, or in this case, you have to move through it. Treating the square as space as difficult terrain, so it costs an extra 5 feet. So you basically move, that cost you 15 feet to get where you're at. We'll count it as 15 feet in this case.
Seeing Lyra kind of struggling to hit the creature, Bjorn squeezes himself down the wall, rolling past the creature, elevating his glaive up. He's going to attempt to pierce the creature from the side. So this will be piercing. Hit normal. It'll be 15 points of piercing damage.
It's near death. It's looking bad. It's starting to stumble.
He's going to try it again, but this time it'll be slash. Hit.
Describe. Well, roll your damage.
Be 9 points of slash.
He had 8 hit points. Describe how you fell the beast.
As Bjorn rolled through the tight confines, pivoting up, he drives the blade through the creature. You could all see the blade protrude from the right side of his ribs, put it through to his left. You see Bjorn twist the glaive and yank it free before pivoting and then slinging the glaive forward again, utterly decapitating the creature, sending the head flying like he hit a baseball through the air.
Okay, you get a hero point.
Wow. This glaive isn't half bad.
Don't worry, you'll all get hero points after this, but he gets his early. Because that was creative. I like that. Getting a little tactical. Alright, we're going to go to the creature. This guy over here. Give me a number from 1 to 6, Jesse.
1.
So, Karma. It has eyes for you. As it uses this chakram weapon. It's going to just hit you with a 27. It catches you. You're going to receive 17 points of mental and slashing damage as this strange weapon with razor blades all around its circumference strikes into you and tears into your flesh like a saw blade.
Using liberating step as reaction.
You can do that. What's the deduction?
I think it's 8 points, I believe.
Right, Karma? Deduct your 8 from 17, or just add 8 if you minus 17.
Okay.
And what does that sound like? You're in the middle of a combat yourself. The beast you were fighting has just been felled. You turn and you look in the direction of the other, and you see Karma being attacked. What does that look like? What does it sound like, Lyra, when you use this ability? Liberating step.
As the attack is about to hit Karma, Lyra would be praying to Desna to use a shield, or at least some way to protect her from fatal damage. And as she's praying to Desna, Karma would feel kind of like a faint glow, almost absorbing some of the damage.
Okay. Now, did she also get a chance to use a 5-foot step?
I want to say yes.
Put it in the
but
chat.
I'm gonna. Okay.
She could, like, move an extra 5 feet, maybe cut off the creature from escaping? I don't know.
You could move 5 feet if you want, Karma.
If they can move, in other words, they're not immobilized, the ally can step, in other words, a 5-foot defensive move, so it doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. A step as a free action, even if they didn't need to escape.
Yeah, I'll move 5 feet.
All right, you can do that. Okay. Effect, champion's resistance. What is that? Does she drop that on her token? Champion's resistance?
I believe it is draggable.
Yeah, what does that do? One round remaining.
Yeah, actually, that looks new to me too. I don't think they had that before. That effect, the draggable effect, when I was using Elias.
I think that is the effect of the damage produced, the champion's resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that goes on to the ally.
I
Yeah.
think what it is you have more than one champion, your character can't get more than one reaction from
The
liberating step.
bonuses. Yeah.
It says the ally gains resistance to all damage against the triggering damage equal to 2 plus your level. So it'll be 9 points, not 8.
Next campaign, we're all going to be champions.
Go, right?
You use your reaction. You use your reaction. Can't touch this. Do 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 do.
Yeah, like just imagine, like we all just start like breaking out into dances. We all shift around each other, trying to pull each other away.
Yeah,
So,
square
Call
dancing.
the party the traveling boots, because our boots are always moving.
all right. All right, so that was its first action. So is she immune to it again, or that lasts for the entire round, doesn't it? Or it just made its attack, so that's done. I don't understand why it's a draggable effect, and it says it lasts till the end of the round.
So I guess if they attack multiple times, they still keep that resistance, perhaps.
Said it was
So they'll
only
be-
against triggering damage though.
Let's drag it back.
Oh
on the
yeah,
token
that's true.
again. Gains resistance to all damage against the triggering damage, equal to 2 plus your level. Okay, but then it says 1 round remaining.
Reactions only renew on the person's turn, so maybe it's like a marker saying, "Hey, you can't use liberating step for a round."
On the same
That's
person.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it wants to attack you again.
Yeah. I kind of look at it like, champions are a lot like fighters. We only get one reaction around, a turn, rather, I should say. So maybe that's like a marker saying, "Hey, I've used my reaction."
Okay, it missed. All right, let's roll a dice here. On a roll of... Yeah, 1 to 3. 3 and 6 chance it's going to actually pull away from Valifor to prevent from being surrounded. There's a 3 and 6 chance he does that. Let's roll it and see if he does. Nope, he's going to hold his ground, ignoring Lyra, or Karma. And he's going to attempt to strike Valifor this time, his last and final move here with his chakram. He gets a +9 on this. It's going to be tough. And that's a 19, so he failed to hit you, Valifor. You absorbed the blow easily. We're going to go to Karma.
Alright. Gonna move once. If it'll come on, drag me. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. There it goes. Is that inside the circle or is it on the corner like he is?
As soon as you step within the light,
Wait, oh no. That's what
you
I'm saying, is
feel
that-
your body begin to seize.
No, I was asking, is that
I'm only
spot
kidding, Karma.
thing-
Relax.
Oh my god. I'm like, no, wait.
I wouldn't do that. To you.
Wait. Well, would he be off guard if I stand there?
He already is. He's on the ground.
I thought he got up.
You don't even have to move.
I'll give you off
No.
guard from this position.
I mean, that's fine. Is he on the ground currently though, or did he stand up to attack me?
He's on the ground.
Oh, I thought he stood up. Okay. Well, I probably. Anyway, I'll hit him. I hit him real hard.
Okay. Hit him hard. Nope.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Okay, you need a 22.
25.
Okay, you hit him.
That's 14 slashing. And then I'm gonna raise my shield.
Gluten, inspire, courage. Nice. All right, so What does that say? Badly damaged? Badly injured. All right. So I'm giving you flanking in that position. He's already suffering from off guard, so it really doesn't matter.
Gotcha. Thank you.
But I am giving it to you in this situation. All right, so you're done. We're going to go to these little guys. This one spots you, Karma, trying to get around the friend of his. This guy appears, shouting orders. Kill her, kill her! She gets around us! And he's going to launch at you all these needles in an explosive attack from his back. 31. It's going to be a hit on you, Karma. So all these needles shoot from its back. You're going to take a whopping 6 points of piercing damage. And as they cut into your flesh, you feel electricity begin to fry into your flesh. They're electrified. Ooh. It's like a stun gun. All right. It's going to do it again. Let me double check something on this attack. Okay. So it's going to do it again. $27. That's just enough to hit you. It's going to roll damage. You're going to take 8 points of piercing and electricity damage.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So 8 points total. And are you suffering from frightened?
Currently, I am not.
Okay, we're going to go to Lyra.
Okay. Skirting around the edge, she's going to be going along the wall behind Balthor. So she gets right about there, and then she's going to try and lay into the other leader.
Okay. It's on the ground, so you need a 22.
31.
You got a hit. Roll damage.
Actually, was that a critical? Because she should have gotten a 32. Because she doesn't have Inspired Courage on.
32 would be a critical.
Oh shit.
And then
Just double
don't forget, yeah, and don't forget you get +1 damage before you double it.
So 28 points of damage total. Oof.
Whack.
Nice. You really cut into the dance of the elven blade sings through the air. Lyra, as you lacerate this creature as it's on its back, almost slaying it outright, what do you do?
Gonna lay into it one more time.
$17 will not do it.
And that's all she can do.
That's all she wrote. Valafor, you see this creature on the verge of death, thanks to Lyra and Karma assisting
All
you.
right. Valafor lifts his axe high into the air. The skull on the axe is glowing with blood.
You need a 22.
And it's going to do a power attack straight down on its head.
Oh, power attack. All or nothing.
That's critical.
35.
That is a critical.
Critical power attack. This is going to be big. Oh,
Plus 2, so 31. Oh, 30.
hopefully it's enough.
Describe how you cut this creature in half. You slew it.
Okay, the axe is glowing with the blood from when it attacked me. It's dripping down his arms as he comes down and just hits it square in the head and just splits it right down through its crotch, and it just folds open 2 pieces.
Okay, you get a hero point.
Thank you. And for my last action, I will move as far as I can down towards the other creature going around.
Be careful, because now you're heading into the light. If you
But
move there,
I'll
you're
move
going
through
into the
them.
light.
I'll move through them.
Move
That should
around.
be good. Yep.
Yeah. I'll let you
Okay.
get away
Yeah,
with
buddy.
moving through a diagonal, but not the
That's it.
straight ones. Okay, we're going to go to Cypher.
I'm debating between healing and then using that awesome spell that makes them so scared they die. Good borderline evil. Well, I think we're in pretty good hands with Valifor sitting nearby, and the others not too far, and then, of course, Bjorn right there. I am going to cast Soothe at 3rd level, and this is directed towards Karma.
You grace the target's mind, boosting its mental defenses and healing its wounds. The target regains 1d10 plus 4 hit points when you cast
And
the
it is
spell.
heightened. So you regain 26 hit points, Karma.
Wow, 3d10 plus 12. Nice. You've been soothed.
And yeah, you get the +2 bonus to saves against mental effects. So, I don't know if it'll really come in handy, but at least the hit points do. And of course, this time she changes the tune of her inspired courage to something more along like, have no fear, I'm here. So here's that again for everybody to drag.
Give yourself a hero point, Cypher.
Awesome. And that's the end of my turn. She's mainly trying to inspire Valifor and Bjorn. Don't let this one escape!
Go ahead, Bjorn.
I'm conversion on this creature. Glaive in hand. Here's the first. Good old-fashioned 1-2 hitter there. This will be slashing as well.
That's a critical hit, so double it.
26
26 points.
of slashing.
You lop off one of its arms on its back. It screams in pain and agony, but it still stands.
Not for long. Let's try it again. That's just a normal.
That's a normal hit. It has an 18 armor class because it's off guard.
It'll be 10 additional points of slashing. As he wields this glaive adeptly. Kind of very nimbly. Very, very soft and easy with it. That's going to be it for me.
Karma, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna move. Somehow. 1, 2. Let's do it with my mouse here. So, I can go here. Target. Strike. $23
Yeah, there you go, Carl.
damage. That is 12 slashing damage.
Okay.
Let's do it again. One more time. $27.
Okay, that's
20 damage. Slashing.
okay. Still up.
Well, that's all I can do.
Close. It's next. Let me roll a die here. Okay, give me a number between 1 and 6, Karma.
2.
Valafor, it eyes you. Lets out a scream that echoes through the corridors. Cypher, you hear it as well, very loudly. It's going to get a 28. That's going to be
That'll
a
hit, not crit.
It's going to be a hit. Piercing damage, I believe. Slashing, sorry. 13 points of slashing on Valafor. And it's going to repeat
So
the
I got in the
process.
sun tonight.
Yeah, it's going to do it again. It's going to do another attack on you. You seem the most vulnerable for some reason. Ooh, 29.
Oh, no.
That's going to be a success turned into a crit.
Any reactions?
I got attack of opportunity, but I don't think that's manipulate.
It's going to do 20 points of slashing damage on Valafor.
Got it.
Ugh.
Taking it like a champ, Val.
I don't think I could take much more of those.
Oh, you guys all have the same armor class. For its third attack, it's going to be on Valafor. Just comes down to you in rage, and it fails.
I should get a critical hit on him now.
But it got you good. In the meantime, we're going to skip ahead to Lyra. Champion.
Lyra is going to move up. And she's going to attempt to use lay hands on Valafor.
I knew you were going to do that. Excellent. Focus point. $25 points of healing.
Suddenly I feel recharged.
Describe that, Lyra. What does he feel? What does he see? What happens when you lay hands on him in the midst of this battle?
As Lyra moves up behind him, she's gonna lightly place both of her hands on his back, and she's gonna lower her head, kind of keeping out of sight of the creature that they're fighting, and she's gonna start whispering under her breath to Desna. And as she's praying to Desna, Valafor would just start to feel this warmth spread through his entire body, and almost like a rejuvenation would start to flow through every single part of him. Like he was just stepped out of a warm shower or had a best meal he's never had before.
And as your hands touch his back and the armor, you can see almost this translucent pair of butterflies with blue and yellow and orange wings appear around her hands and land on you, Valafor, that disappear as a burst of bluish energy goes over your wounds. We're going to go to Valafor. Well, you have one more action, Lyra. That only took an action.
And he's going to, if she steps up into the corner beside Valaflora, that's going to put her in the light a little bit. Going to move right there. Would he still get flanking?
The creature's flanked. He's off guard already.
Okay.
It doesn't stack, so it's already off guard. But
Then
be
she moves
careful.
there and they'll
You're
get-
borderline right there. You're borderline with that glow. You know enough not to step into it, so I'm letting you off the hook.
Oh,
there.
she remembers quite vividly what happened last time.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be it for her.
Okay. Valafor, you're up. Did I give you a hero
Okay.
point, Lyra? This combat? I think I
No.
did.
You did? Okay.
Did I or not? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Do you have any right now?
No.
Give yourself one.
Bellafor, feeling the inspiration of both Cypher's inspiring words of encouragement and Lyra's warmth that has given him wings, he raises his axe and power attacks the creature.
That's
37.
critical.
That's going to be a critical hit.
Going to be 28 points of slashing damage.
Describe how you fell this almost mechanical beast.
With his newfound inspiration, he just once again raises that axe high and hits it in its mechanical arms and just chops them completely off its back. And its blood just spurts all over the place. Everyone's covered.
A warm, refreshing shower.
Times like this where I'm glad I'm all the way over here.
It even got on you.
One little drop. Oh, disgusting.
Karma's absolutely covered in all of that viscera, but she just kind of prestidigitations it away.
You're
No.
Lyra just shrugs off. She goes, been covered in worse.
I just wipe it on the wall. Ew.
Bjorn wears it like a champ, is he? Leans on the handle of his glaive.
It's like a mud mask. Good for the pores.
Indeed, very hydrated. Now that business is concluded, I think it's safe to withdraw now.
Okay, everybody give yourselves 88 plus 10, 98. Give yourself 100 XP. And everybody should have a hero point at the end of this combat. So 100 XP. And anyone I didn't give a hero point in this combat, give yourself one. Lyra, you got yours. Jesse, I'm not sure I gave you one. You get one now. Bjorn, you got one. Karma, I'm not sure if I gave you one or not. Cypher, you got one.
I did one. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Now
Excellent.
that the room's been cleared, Cypher runs in but stays to the outlying wall space. There we go.
Valfor is going to collect those 2 chakras from the fat boys. If anyone wants one, they can have it. Otherwise, he's going to keep them and tie them to his belt.
Let me see if I could add this to the party thing here, and you guys could move it around at your leisure, whoever wants one. Let me find the creatures, because I just removed them from the map. Chakram. Okay, let me see if I can drag that to the party stash. Look. Oh, it's gone. Somebody take it? That was quick.
I am.
Well, I was going to change the number of them to 2. There's 2 of them.
Kyle's got it.
There's 2 of them in there, so you can each take one.
What were they?
Chakram.
Oh, the
Tom
chakra.
Chai.
Cypher's actually going to ask if she can have 1 or possibly 2. She says, perhaps if I train enough, maybe instead of my whip, I can whip these. I need some throwing knives. That'd be excellent.
Indeed, they would suit you well. I have no need of them. This glaive seems to be more than sufficient for these creatures.
Yes, I saw the way you wielded that. Very impressive, and I don't impress easily.
Karma just shakes her head, looks over to Bjorn, and kind of puts a hand on her hip in disapproval, and she glares at him for a moment before saying, "Don't you think it's about time you're done playing with such a demonic weapon?"
No. The weapon of the enemy is useful in the right hand.
Maybe so. I can see your intrigue, but keeping such a deplorable thing around seems unbefitting of someone who is a cleric of Ayamote.
I can see where you would think such, but I have preyed upon this weapon. It has no dark, malicious energies. It just looks particularly nasty.
Does our goddess not strive to use the one-handed longsword?
Yes, she does.
And you should emulate that.
I'm also a soldier. I use all different kinds of weapons to suit my needs.
She just throws her hands up in the air. Bah! Demonic weapons.
Karma just said, not Karma, I was just thinking of talking to you. Cypher's just like, well, I think it looks pretty cool.
If anyone wants to detect magic or identify magic on these chakrams, you can do so. They do look unusual, and there is a sense of new magic in the area.
Lyra's gonna do it.
Go ahead, Lyra. Use any of the 4 traditions to make this check: Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion. Whichever one you're really good at. It's going to take 10 minutes, so if anybody wants to do anything while she's doing this for the next 10 minutes, feel free.
Actually, I'm gonna change it from occultism to religion.
I'll bandage Valafor.
Thank you.
Do you want this public or hidden?
Hidden.
Okay.
Bjorn, if I bandage him while you do the detect magic for 10 minutes, after that 10 minutes is over, you can bandage him again.
On its way.
Would you-
If you want to do Valafor, I can do Lyra.
No,
You got-
what I'm saying is you can do that, but then you can also do Valdifor, because I only take 10 minutes in between to do healings like this.
Gotcha.
Would you like to use a hero point? Because looking at this chakram, there doesn't seem to be anything stand out
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I'll use a hero point for it.
Something.
Well, Lyra, if you can't figure this out, well, maybe if I attend your wounds, you'll let me help you out. Looking a little rough after that last battle.
Nothing about these items seems magical. You're convinced. Oh, I got a nice full moon rising. Wow.
Could I
Lyra
give them
would,
a
Lyra would turn to Cypher and nod while just staring at the chakra, kind of a little frustrated.
Alright, she'll take a gander. And what were my options to review such an item?
Any of the 4 traditions.
Alright. I shall also use occultism then. Let me switch to blind. Alright, should be sent.
It's definitely magical. You're not sure why Lyra couldn't see the obvious, the markings. Perhaps they're not typical. But you can see past these runes inscribed on it. And I will reveal what those are to you. And everything the weapon does. So if you guys go to the stash sheet on the party sheet, you'll see what they are. They're +1 weapons.
Where's the sheet at again?
Party sheet.
It's up above where we started the session. Like by the glowy door.
I'll bring it into the room.
Ah.
I know, it's off the screen now. There it is. Double click on that. It'll open up your party sheet and look under stash. At the top, there's a tab called stash. You click that and you'll see that there's 2 of these chakrams in there for you to drag to your own character sheet.
Oh, it's
Gotcha.
listed as an advanced weapon. I don't know if that means anything specific for who can wield it.
That's true.
Yeah, pretty much the fighters right now.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm skilled enough to wield such an intricate type of weapon, but I do believe this is more true to hit than other weapons due to its magical properties. Here, Lyra. You can look at it further. Perhaps you can wield this. Or, if all else fails, we can sell it to the right blacksmith or interested party in Otari.
So, Lyra, you're untrained in advanced weapons.
Yeah, so she wouldn't be able to take it.
Yeah, you won't get the full proficiency bonus. I mean, you could use it. Anybody could use it, but you're not as effective at it.
In future levels, is this something you get? Or one of you fighters, is this something you automatically get?
Yeah, they're trained in all weapons right from the get-go.
Velafor is an expert in advanced axes. He's trained in advanced weapons in general, so he could use it and gain a bonus.
It's agile too, so it's easier to hit with it. But it's only a D6. Well, it's got deadly D6.
Yep.
And
Good range.
finesse. Yeah.
Good
So you
range
could use
weapon.
Dex.
Yep.
Could be thrown, as well as used in melee.
That's what I'm thinking. Use it as because I'm running out of javelins, so this will be a good alternative. Oh, and I will collect my javelin that I dropped in the hallway.
Okay.
Already got you.
Thank you.
There was one ability that creature had. He must have forgot to use it, but he had the ability to magically bring that weapon back into his hand after attacking with it. But he forgot.
I was wondering about that.
A returning
Like
rune, I see.
Nina Warrior Princess style.
It's an ability he has that functions like the rune, yeah.
Nice.
But he forgot. Whoopsie. That's okay.
He didn't look too bright.
Nah.
Alright, so I think Karma worked her charm and healed everybody that was injured,
Let's see what else I forgot about this
which
creature.
I think would put us at 30 minutes here.
It would be for the detect magic you spent. I believe you said 10 minutes. During that time, I can heal somebody in 10 minutes later. They can be healed again. So we can get 2 heals on one person. I think between me and Volkmar. Me and Bjorn. If my math is right.
Okay, before we move on with that, let me do something I also forgot to do. These creatures have what's called explosive decay, these big, hulky things. And I wanted to use this because it's a new type of damage we haven't used yet. But I'll only do it for one of them, okay? So I'll let you off the hook for that. I got to pay for my mistakes too. But as the one goes down, and this is going to affect everybody within 20 feet of his demise, so Cypher, you're safe when this occurs. Everybody else, except Cypher, is going to have to make a basic reflex save. It's 22, so it's not too bad. So as you destroyed this creature, Valifor, it explodes. It erupts. As its flesh goes all through the room and on your bodies. You need a reflex 22 save. Okay, Valifor, you're perfectly fine. You take no damage. Lyra, Karma, Bjorn, you're fine, but Lyra and Karma, you're both going to take half damage. Well, wait a minute. You're both
just 10 labor for 16.
You're both going to take half damage of what I roll here. This is going to be public, and it's going to be void damage.
Holy smokes.
20. What's that there? 23
It's like
points
a
of
fireball.
23 points of void damage, halved. So 12 points.
Oh, fuck.
Carmen Labor take 12 points of void damage. Ooh, new damage type. I've never used it yet. Okay, so that happened. And we'll ignore the other one. So, alright. Just want to make sure you guys earn your XP. Okay, let me mark off some more time. Yeah, about a half an hour. All right. Now you can peek into this chamber in the south. Those doors are open. So Carmen Valifor, peering into the room beyond, you both see in there. It looks like an old prison block that's been converted into perhaps a barracks, a makeshift barracks. You see several shoddy cots pushed into cells and against the walls. There's 3 cells, doors that you can see in here as you peek into the chamber to the east that look to be chained open. The doors are chained open. You see footlockers near each cot that lies within the chamber.
Do we want to explore this now or come back to and explore it another time? I know everyone's probably really tired.
We do need to rest, but I'm not sure. I kind of have a bad feeling about this. Maybe there's something lurking in the shadows. Would you all consider yourselves prepared if we found something lurking?
I'm prepared, but I doubt that our spellcasters will be as adept. I believe, Karma, I think you're exhausted yourself.
I can still cure disease.
Yes,
I
you still
saw
have your
something there.
sword, but
I saw that.
Indeed, that's what you're all
Oh,
back.
not those things.
Indeed, that's what draw back and get a good night's rest. Then we can come back and continue our search in the block.
all
Sounds good.
right.
Slam the doors.
So you guys are going back upstairs?
Yeah, to the safe room we made.
All right, let me drag you over here for now. And we'll take a 5-minute break at this stage. And you guys can plot your next move. I'll tell you how it goes as you make your trip up the steps when we come back. But we'll leave you guys over here for now. So, folks, we're going to take a short 5 to 10 minute break as we catch up with reality here. And then we'll be back with part 2 to this session, which is really fun, really enjoyable tonight. I'm enjoying this. And we'll be right back. Folks, be right back. Okay, folks, we're back. Part 2. The rest of the session is about to begin. Good session so far. I'm having a blast. And yeah, let's pick up where we left off. So we just had this battle inside this octagonal room with some creatures that haven't been encountered as of yet. Little tougher battle. Velafor got taken to the brink, but thankfully his friends are there to help him. Teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. And nobody was taken down. So you've all gathered yourself, searched the bodies, found these cool looking weapons that these creatures were winging at you. And you've got them in your stash now. As you head to the west of this location, through familiar territory, you enter the long hallway, which leads to some steps. Eventually, those steps take you to a chamber above, where you had encountered that creature that pretty much decimated the other companions, who are now back in Otari, safe and sound. And you head your way from there to the north to what is your safe room. And that's where we're going to pick up. It's a quick little journey. Doesn't take much time. Maybe 10 minutes. And you're back. So let's bring you guys back up here to your safe room. Doesn't seem like anything has intruded. You see your little hidden pile of goodies. I don't know how you're securing these. You don't have a chest or a trunk. I don't know how you're securing your literal stash here in this room, but your stuff is all there. You can find it along with the stuff you currently have. If you want to put things in that stash, you can do so now. Take things out, whatever you want. And yeah, we'll pick up from there. So with that, what would you like to do?
I think we could use a rest.
Yeah, should we prepare our bedrolls and take watch?
Yeah, sounds good
All
to
right.
me.
I'll take first watch.
Are you sure? You look rather heavy into the eyes.
Lyra,
That's a fight.
Lyra's gonna look at Bjorn and go, I'll take first watch, you take second.
Now, I make it a personal rule not to have those with wounds festering already to take watch. You both have earned a well-deserved rest. I'll take first watch. It's only going to be for a couple of hours. I can wake one of you up
Wake
once my
me.
watch is over.
No, you're sleeping, Bjorn. I'll take it after you.
I don't
Well,
I don't know. I don't know
will
if
be
I
a
feel
surprise.
comfortable.
Cypher, wake me after your watch. I will hear no more of this discussion.
Who's going to take watch after Bjorn?
I'll wake up Lyra.
I'll
And
take
after
I'll
Lyra?
take last watch.
Alright, anybody else offering to keep an eye on the rest of us, keep us safe?
I'll take third.
Alright, thank you, Valifor.
You're welcome.
Awful noble of you, my brother.
Yeah. Just stay away from my coin purse, Cypher.
I would never steal from you.
I would hope not.
Of course, of course.
Alright, well, if the rest of you go to bed, I shall stand watch here behind the closed and barred doors.
Wake me if you need something.
Of course.
Lyra already knows she's gonna be a light sleeper.
So I changed the party token to the appropriate graphic. So when you see that now, you can open it and access the party sheet and the stash from there. Just
Pretty.
looks cooler. I'm going to try and use it more often to move the party around because it's cool. It's about time they picked up on my cue. Anyway. All right, so you're going to sleep. It's probably going to take, what, 10 hours? For a party of 5?
About that time.
Well, let me roll some dice. All right. Of course, everybody has to take their armor off to get proper sleep. I'm assuming you do that.
Well, Thor doesn't have to. He has a skill that lets him sleep in his armor.
Does he really? Put it in the chat. I want to see it. They actually have a feat for that?
Yeah.
You wear your armor like a second skin, Valifor. You can rest normally while wearing medium armor. If you are a master in heavy armor, which you might be, you can also rest normally while wearing heavy freaking armor. Alright, so your 10 plus hours pass without incident. You hear creaks, you hear shifting feet on the outside of the chamber echoing through the hallway, but not enough to cause alarm. Occasionally, one of you might peek out the door and see that there is nothing there. You imagine that the feet and the sounds of pattering footsteps is possibly the ghouls, as you occasionally hear a cheer come from that direction, as if there was a party happening. But otherwise, your peace and your sleep is undisturbed, it's restful, you all get a full night's rest. Judging from your time in your brain and your notes on your map, it's probably about approaching sundown in the overhead world. Maybe 5, 6. in the PM. So you all get your full night's rest, your healing, that kind of stuff, your natural healing. All right, so take care of that. So nothing happens. And with that, you can update your sheets. If you want to exchange equipment and leave it behind, you can do so. One thing we do have to take care of is this stash that you have here in this chamber. As far as you know, there is no real protection for your stuff. I mean, there's no chest that I see, no locks, nothing barring the door outside of, just fingers crossed. Something should be able to get in here and rob you blind. If you're going to make any precautions that you're capable of making now, let's take care of that. Because people are wandering around outside in these halls.
I'll learn
We
lock.
have those tables we could push up against the door. At
Right,
least it'll slow them down.
I have this ability. I have this spell called lock. I want to try out. If you're okay with it.
I think that might be very appropriate in the situation. Go for it.
Indeed.
Put it in the chat.
Oh sure. I'm just finishing my prepared spells. Give me one sec.
Okay, take your time with that. Is everybody's healing okay? Lyra, you're at 61. Everybody else looks... Or Karma, I should say. Lyra's at 87.
I have to full heal.
Yeah,
Oh, does
just-
it not full
you-
full heal you?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
like
no.
your constitution and your level, something or other.
Constitution
just join
modifier.
an IR.
It does it automatically when you hit the button. It's your Constitution modifier times your level. Round it up. Is what it equates to. It's natural healing.
So this was what I was looking at. Lock. On the door.
Oh, hold on.
That's a very cool spell.
How long does it last? That's something I was trying to figure out. Oh, so
Uh,
until you make your daily prep again.
Next, yep.
Yeah, so the next long rest.
What do you think? Can we open the door again? Is that I'm not seeing that like I'm not seeing it any way for us to open the door either, but it would protect our stuff.
You probably just dismiss it and then we can get out.
Oh right.
Or
Oh, yeah.
probably dismiss it and then we could get in.
That makes sense. Okay.
And if something were to happen to Karma, hopefully not, we could always just force open.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I put it on my my sheet. I have one lock available. So when we leave, I can lock the door.
There you go.
Yeah. Nice.
Yay!
That's awesome. Good thinking. Good thinking out the box.
Yeah, there's another spell too called Alarm. You could put an alarm on this room too. So if they break in, we know.
Yeah. Farley Tell did that a long time ago with a room, possibly
Yep.
like 3rd level. Yeah. Not too bad.
Not too shabby.
Okay, so that's what you're doing?
When we're ready to leave, yeah, I'll lock the door.
Alright. What is it called? Lock? Lock spell?
Lock. Yeah.
What level is it?
That is
Heightened at second. That's it?
first level.
Alright, it's a level 1 spell. It's heightened at second level. But you're casting it as a level 1. Correct? Because level 2 requires that you expend 6 gold pieces worth of gold dust as an additional cost.
Oh, but it makes it unlimited time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't need to do that.
Okay, you can prepare it as a first level. We'll assume you did.
I have it. I'm gonna cast it really quick. There we go.
So it's good for 24 hours.
On our way out.
It's pretty neat. Good thinking.
Thank you. I had put that in my prepared daily list because I thought to myself, hey, being able to lock a door sometimes is useful. And then we have our little safe room, so I was like, this would be useful at some point.
Relatively easy to get into, however, because there's no lock. It's just a latch, so there's not going to be any lock DC. It's just going to be the spell's base number as the DC. So it's not going to be challenging, but you would know this when you cast it. So there is that. But at least it's something.
Definitely.
Okay, we all done? Where would you like to go?
I believe we were going to go back down to and check out those cells we just discovered.
No, I think we wanted to find the guy on this level since we're here anyway. Because we're gonna have to. Go
we were,
down
yes, Karma's right. We were looking for that person on this level.
Okay, well, shouldn't be too hard to find a demon over here.
Let's hope not.
Let me see if that's actually this level. I think it is. Do you remember his name?
I have it written down. I just have to scroll up.
It's Barton Luke the Smith. So the only two names that we were given. We've already defeated the quartermaster, so the other one I have is Barton Book the Smith.
We're on the level above. Yeah,
There it is,
that's...
yeah.
What? Yeah, it would have to be on this level. There's one guy they told you about that was on the level above, which you'd assume is this level. What does the conversation sound like as you head deep, deep, deep in search of this shard, the strange creature that lives to the west of the corridor, or the west of the level?
Cypher. Never one to be delegate. Bjorn will call Cypher's name, sort of calling her up to walk beside him and Karma.
What are you ushering me closer for? Right to the point. What do you want?
Seem rather quiet. What's your opinion of this gauntlight so far?
Well, I find it rather fascinating.
No?
Don't you?
No, but there's a reason for that. So, you're fascinated. Does that mean you're researching the gauntlet?
Well, I'm just diving into a hobby of mine. I do this all for the sport. Well, and the treasure. I'm waiting. I'm letting you guys filter out the trash and the little diamonds, emeralds, whatever, what have you. But my real goal is to find. To me, I believe at the heart of every dungeon, every cave, there's always the one thing it's protecting, and it's always like a treasure of mass proportions, and that's my goal. Something as dark as Belcora's castle. There must be something truly magnificent at the bottom, and I aim to find it. And take this conversation as claim that I lay claim to whatever goodies lie at the bottom of this.
Wow. I never met someone more self-serving than you.
You know what,
Thank
though?
you.
You know what, though? Watch our backs, do what you do best, and if we're still alive by the time we get down there, you can have whatever you want.
Those were my thoughts exactly. And of course, I
I'm
will do whatever it takes to keep you all alive because, well, I can't imagine doing this alone, however much I'd like to. I know that it is nearly impossible. My invisibility spells only last so far, and from the creatures we've seen, it only get past so many.
Indeed. You may lay claim to the treasure of this place. Take all that you wish. I'm not here for that.
Why are you here, then, Bjorn? Why have you come to destroy the abominable things in this place?
Yes, Bjorn, why?
Bjorn's form stiffens. He immediately flips back on that stoic, sort of stony exterior. Someone has to do it. Someone has to put these enemies to rest. He's completely lying out of his ass, Cypher. You can tell that.
Leave the lying to, and she says this, she says, leave the lying to me, Bjorn. And that's all she has to say about that.
It is a long and complicated tale, one that I'm myself still trying to grapple with.
Karma will look over to Valifor. And what about you, Mr. Run Headlong in Danger? Why are you...
Well, the way I see it, I'm here for Belcora's head. I will take what I need. I'm here to protect you all. And when I get there, I'm going to stab her through the heart.
I should only hope so.
You and I should speak about battle strategy, Valifor, because I wasn't thinking about stabbing her in the heart.
Well, when we meet her, I get first dibs. You can come next to me, but you let me go first. Because I've got a vendetta. She's number one on my list.
That makes two of us. I intend to shove this glaive up her bright, bony arse and leave her hanging.
Whatever way it takes. She will go down.
Think of like a scene from Vlad the Impaler, Valifor. That's basically what Bjorn's miming to you.
Yep.
Before sort of turning back to Cypher. It would appear you can see through my lies. My tale is a long and bloody one. Don't think we have the time for such a tale now.
Perhaps another time then. It seems like these stairs go on forever and ever, multiple floors. We'll have time to catch up.
I doubt you would believe me even if I told you.
I'm a bard. I've heard many tales. And none of them surprise me.
We shall see. Any plans for once we get done defeating Belcora? What do you plan to do then? I assume move on or linger in Otari, perhaps? What of you, Karma? I will put the question to you as well.
Me?
Yeah.
Why I'm here? Or what I'm doing after?
What are you doing after? What plans do you have?
I plan to follow whatever Ayamode intends for me. I think of the here and now rather than much about the future.
Passionate response. And what have you, Cycle? What do you intend to do once you've acquired all this loot you crave so desperately?
I'll just trash this dungeon like the rest of them. It'll serve no use. I just plan to seek the thrill of the next one. Perhaps do some long distance traveling. Maybe I've outgrown Otari.
Admirable goal, seeing the world.
I like to think I have a long life ahead of me. Elves do live a very long time.
Hey,
And I'm only 112.
You're old enough to be my grandmother.
Well, I can tell you, your grandmother has never looked so good. This is a perfect age.
Indeed.
All right, so you step out into the hallway. It was a long conversation, but you did get outside the hallway. Somewhere you've not been. Judging from your notes on your map, you do know that the central area around where the tavern is, where the ghouls hang out, there are rooms and chambers you've not explored in the central area of this map. To the east, there are some chambers you did not explore. Far to the east, the southeast, there is a hallway you've never explored. Do you remember the one chamber where this kind of like a giant lizard creature was? You teleported there, or at least you heard word that Althea and her friends teleported there, and somehow, and this creature attacked, and you teleported quickly back. Well, there was a big lizard creature in there, like a dinosaur, a mini dinosaur in there. You saw this creature up close. As you wandered the corridors around the chamber where it dwelt, you could see through the walls, and you could see closely this creature. The creature was being observed. There are rooms and chambers there you have not explored. One quick way to get there would be to head back to the Tavern of Ghouls and head south, back into a chamber where you fought a worm. And Cypher used her whip to good effect against that worm creature. This was a chamber where if you looked out the south portion of it, you could see the arena itself. You could head that direction. That would be a quick way. An alternative route would be to head north through the caves. Well, not through the caves, but through the chamber with the big pit, the hole in it, where you fought one of those worms, but there was a door leading east that you traveled through. And by following that path, you were taken along this corridor that went along the chamber that contained the pond and those hydra creatures within. You were in this corridor where you could see through the wall. From the safety of this corridor, you could see the hydras. If you travel that far enough to the south, you can also get back to that area. Again, an area you haven't really explored. So, you could go back to the tavern, ask some questions, check out some of the rooms there if they let you, or head south to the southwest where there are some doors and corridors you did not explore. It's really your two options.
Let's head to the southwest.
All right, so you're going to cut through the Tavern of Ghouls.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to get back there. Okay, so you head south in the corridor, beyond those double doors, and to the east You can go east in this corridor, and that takes you directly to another set of double doors, which is an entry to this tavern of ghouls. As you make your way back, you hear the noise within. You hear the clanking of mugs. And as you enter, Bjorn, with confidence, you see about a dozen of these ghouls, including the Drider, who again is found sitting at the bar, reading a book. And all eyes turn and lock on you, and as quickly as they turn and lock on you, they all go back to their whatever they were doing. It's these guys again. Would you like something to drink, wanderers?
And Undercommon, Bjorn's gonna nod to the innkeeper. No thanks. We're on a mission.
Mission indeed. And they nod to you. Do you head south to the door that leads towards the arena? That chamber where you fought the worm?
Yeah.
No. You were through here before, Bjorn. This is the chamber that you found led to the tavern. They spot you, they eye you. And you find yourself back in this chamber. It's kind of pill-shaped, oval-shaped. And in the south portion, you see, looking through the transparent wall, you can see the arena. The big blob creature that you had fought and defeated lies rotting there. This big mass of what looks like refuse and garbage, flesh and body parts. You could almost smell it through the glass or the wall. You also see the bodies of the victims that you defeated here. The giant worm. And those creatures with the things on their backs that shoot spikes. They're also found here. One of them anyway. Two of them, I think. But there's doorways leading east and west. And if I could get back to the map, I could tell you which one you haven't been to. I think it's the one in the west you listened to and you didn't go that direction. To the east is the way you came originally to get to this chamber. And that way leads to the caverns that had the hydras in it. But there's also some doors up there, I believe, that you didn't explore. So you can go east or west in this case.
Memory serves, to the west we had that sauna with that duel.
Oh yeah, the sauna. Yeah, that kung fu guy. He's still in there too, isn't he? That's right.
Come to finish the job, you blimey bugger.
That's right. You beat him up and threw him back down there. And he disappeared to the darkness above. Kind of like the imp did. Yeah, I remember that. That was a fun encounter. So I guess you did go that way, so that means you would probably go back east. Secret door or door, there's something going on up there. So, do you want to head up in that direction? Or do you want to visit the Kung Fu guy?
Head to the east.
Alright. That leads up a set of steps. I believe this was a secret door that you found and led you to this pill-shaped room. But regardless, you can head back up in that direction through a hallway and a set of steps that goes back up a short distance. And it's from there, we gotta wait for my map to load.
Yeah, as they walk, the last words Cypher spoke. I believe everything kind of. You can tell it's weighing pretty heavy on Bjorn. That sort of inner struggle. Should I tell them? Should I not tell them? Kind of weighs heavy as he marches in silence. As they reach the room where they previously fought the worm. Karma. Perhaps a prayer for the fallen.
Yes, let's do that.
I suppose we can take a break and rest. Just let me know when you're ready to proceed. She just kind of, on the polite side, just steps back. While the two of you are in prayer. Which deity are you guys praying to? Is it the same one?
Yeah, I'm Oda.
Okay.
Karma's taking her prayers very, very seriously, and she kind of opens an eye when you speak up before going back to her very serious praying.
Yeah. Bjorn kind of steps back and let Karma do the praying as he heads to the hallway to sort of scout ahead just a little bit.
Okay, here you are back in that room. Right down here in the southwest of where you were in the safe room. See a table with chalk and slates. What does this say? Mass square? Mass square? What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe I wrote that.
Those stairs go up. Let me see. Now, if you go to the north, you'll see that these, to the east, there's these walls that are transparent. You can see into the other chambers. The room to the east that you're looking into now, that's where that dragon creature is. In fact, wait, I think I see him. Yes, there he is. Wandering around. So that's the creature I was talking about. Now, further north, there was a chamber that had some keys that you put into the wall, and it opened a door which led about 10 feet to another door, which has a lock on it. You never explored beyond that. That's way up here. Rachel, you know where I'm talking. It's right up in here.
I do, yeah.
There's a chamber
Yeah, if I
up
can
there
think.
that you haven't explored.
We were still looking for the key, the remaining keys. We made
Yeah.
it through the first interlocking chamber, but Mass Square must mean like a hidden area because we wrote it up here too. We've discovered both of those, the hidden. I just don't know what MAS stood for.
Yeah, I think I know what it is. I have to read my notes here to recall, but yeah, it references something dealing with the doors. But where your party token is right now, further to the south, you're in this room currently. You can remember that there's still a chamber to the north, but from this room here, there is a doorway to the east, which you can see. There is a door right there. Where that leads, I don't know if you looked at it or not. You might have. I don't remember.
I believe we did, but I do not remember what we found inside. Kyle, do you remember?
Necklaces, ambulance,
Okay.
jewelry, basically.
Yeah. I think I only ever
Oh,
peeked
okay.
inside and then I walked out.
Cluttered tools, scraps of wood, and furniture are haphazardly stacked in this cramped room.
Bjorn, do you remember if we've explored the stairs west of here? Not the ones leading downward, but the ones going up. Did we ever take a peek at what was above?
I do not believe we did.
Yes, I remember we saw the direction and looking upwards where the stairs disappeared into who knows where. Alright, yeah, maybe we didn't go up. But I'm curious as to what type of creature is inside.
Does anybody have an emerald grasshopper?
I recall something like that. Hold on a minute.
You've been in this chamber before.
Yes, we've definitely been in that room before. We got a bunch of scraps from it, like small, like little things. I think that one of them was like a whippy thing.
One was a grasshopper and one was a necklace.
I just put all the extra stuff back in the room, so it's not in my inventory anymore. That's so funny. Let me look at my notes.
All right, so you've been there before. So there's only one option at this point. There's a set of steps going up, which maybe takes you to the next level above. The only other option is to the north, and that locked chamber.
Perhaps we should investigate to the north first, and then we can go up as well as space. This creature is intriguing. As they walk, Bjorn's gonna put his hand on the wall, trying to sort of get the creature's attention, see if it can see it. See if it can see them, rather.
Good question.
Perhaps if I sing it a song, it'll react, or I wonder if this is soundproof.
With your sudden movements, Bjorn, you bang on this wall, but it doesn't seem to pay attention to you. It feels extremely solid, not like glass. This is like transparent stone of some sort. But it does react to your movements. Its eyes look up briefly, and you sense that it's almost locking eyes with you. But then it goes about sniffing the floor and looking around for scraps, and the sickly tongue coming out, lapping up this blood that's dried up on the floor. In the meantime, you reach the northern area. Let me put you here. If you look, you'll see that in the western part of the wall, there's some holes, one of which has a key in it. I think you left the key there, didn't you, Cipher?
Yeah, I did.
4-prong key remains in hole. But the other keyhole has nothing in it. If you peek up that corridor, you can see that the 4-prong key opened this door. It was essentially like a secret door. Well, it was a lock, but... And here, there's another door that is locked.
Can we see the outline of the door?
Yes, you can see the door. It is locked.
Well, I do have me a pry bar.
If you have somebody trained in thievery, you could also do it that way, too. And picking tools.
He's gonna look to Cypher. Cypher, do you have anything that might be of use here?
Perhaps we don't need the keys. Maybe I can force this open with a bit of trickery.
Indeed.
What
But
do you
I
think?
just remembered I did pick up a key from one of those small little creatures that Valor and Karma had dispatched. Perhaps we can try that.
That is always an option. Go ahead. Find one of the holes and see if it fits in any of them.
Yeah, Bjorn's gonna take Asvagander's key and see if he can poke it in the hole. That sounded so dirty. I apologize.
Yep, just get on in there.
Yep,
Cypher's going to stand out of the hallway and perhaps just to the side and watches as he does this.
And search, click. Sorry, I had to.
That's what that's to. When you pop the key in, yeah, it doesn't even fit in that keyhole. So that ain't gonna work. Does anybody else have a key? A round key? There's a tarnished silver key back in your safe room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that you brought that key, all your keys, knowing full well that there are doors ahead and locked doors. Let's bring all the
Well,
keys. So I'm going to let you have that. As you pop it in, there is a click and a grinding noise in the floor itself. And it begins to shake. The lock in front of you in this door comes undone.
Bjorn steps forward and readies his glaive. And then he'll push it open if he can.
This chamber's east and west walls feature sharply angled alcoves, bearing stone carvings, too defaced to indicate what they were originally depicted as. 2 angled plinths stand here now. One in the alcove to the east, to your right, and another to the west. A single door leads north. The south door where you stand bears the outline of a door, but no handle or latch. But it has unlocked. From the inside, you don't see a latch or a handle.
Bjorn will slowly step inside. Taking a look around.
I don't think Cypher's going to be the first to enter. Let's get her way back. Valafor is at your side, Bjorn. So, basically, this seems like an empty chamber except for those plinths to the east and west. Those little alcoves of stone. I suppose you want to go up to the plinths and investigate.
Sir.
Okay, let me do some reading here. You guys discuss strategies about this chamber, and feel free to move yourselves into the room. It's empty. You haven't detected any traps. I'll assume somebody is searching.
Yes, I would.
Oh, does such a chamber would exist here? An area of an arena? Why are these pillars here?
I'll search for traps, and if I have a little time too, just kind of recall knowledge on architecture. Just like, what is the reason for a room shaped like this? Like, what is its purpose?
No rolls necessary. You recognize all along the walls, there's actually ruined artwork carved into the stone, like murals almost. And also on the plinths themselves, which are defaced at this point. You can't really see much markings on them, but on the walls you do. You see images and scenes that seem to glorify this one individual, which you see depicted many times. And it's an image that seems to be familiar to you, at least Bjorn Valafor, Lyra. It's Belcora. It has to be. She's definitely someone of importance and significance. And she just looks evil. And you see all around her, these people are like glorifying her, the power that she wields, bowing down, almost worshipping her. That's what it looks like. Nothing else seems to be depicted on the walls except this glorification of this individual. It doesn't look like a god that you would recognize. Except this, I'm going to require a check. Whoever's looking at the walls, go ahead and make a... I doubt anyone has a lore that would apply here. But if you do, let me know. But instead, make a occult, society, or just a perception. Your choice. This is recall knowledge.
Rose Guard lore wouldn't have anything to do with this, right?
Maybe, if you want to use that, if you have Rose Guard lore.
Yeah, Bjorn will pay particular attention, see if he can, see any other figures that might be identifiable in this worship outside of just Belcora.
I'll take a look.
Dizzy, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Everything all right? As good as it can be at the moment, right?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
Okay. What's going on?
If you'd like to make if you'd like to make a perception, occult, or society roll, feel free to do it blind. You're investigating images along the walls of this ruined chamber that seems to be a glorification to Belcora. You're trying to find any other significance or clues to these illustrations carved in the wall. If you'd like to join in that task, feel free to make one of those rolls.
I'll do occultism.
It's blind.
On its way.
Bjorn, you recognize one particular image that only appears one time, close to where your actual token is, close to the plinth, but not on the plinth. There is an image of a dead tree. You see a skull at the base of this tree. Cypher's eyes immediately look towards what you're spotting out here. Cypher, you spot something else about this image. There is a serpent in the tree. Vaguely seen, but at the very top of the tree you see what looks like its head. And it's staring straight at the viewer. This is an image you may have seen before. Be it in dreams or study or research, something about it rings familiar. The skull, Bjorn, stands out for you. This moss-covered skull just screams of Nimbolith. A god neither male nor female, this neutral god of death and decay. Judging from your memories and talking with the other companions, you know that Nimbolith is a big deal here because Belcora, she worshipped Nimbolith, yes. Images can be seen throughout this place. Moss-covered skulls, the symbol of Nimbaloth. But the tree and the snake, the serpent. You're not sure what they signify, but you've seen this before. Cypher, possibly. Bjorn, likely. The rest of you I don't know. Lyra, although it takes you a while to see the image of the tree and the snake, you definitely have heard from your studies and research about this. Nimbaloth and the serpent tree. But it's the only time you see this image. Karma, moving to the north, near the door, listening. Go ahead and make a blind perception roll.
Okay.
It's 10:30 already. Karma, can you make that roll? Thank you. You think you hear a splash in water. But it's very distant.
Gotcha.
So here you are in this chamber. Nothing else stands out. You don't see any treasure, Cipher, nothing else, but the tree does get your interest. Ah. That's about it. There's no other exits out of this chamber. So you guys decide what you would like to do, and we'll call the session. We'll still do something when Jesse gets back, but I don't want to push the session as a whole beyond 10:30. So what would you like to do at this stage, Bjorn?
Guess advance to the door and keep seeing where it leads to.
And with that, do you open the door, Karma?
Yeah.
Just then, as the door creaks open.
I know. Beat my luck.
Now, let me gather everyone with my little click here. That's cool. I'll move you back up here because this chamber is very familiar. You've been here before. In fact, the door to the north is still open. This was the corridor that allows you to see below in the pond, where you assume there are Hydra-like creatures that dwell. To the west from here is the Abyss Room. Now, further along this path, it takes you all the way to the south. Now, you haven't really fully explored everything, the full length of that. You don't know where that path ultimately goes or leads. So there's an option to go that way, to the east from where you currently are. You do know, and I'll take your token back down there, you do know from memory that all the way down here, this room in here, there is a secret door that you found that leads up into here, this chamber. So this would take you exactly to where, further to the north, or the northwest, where you were previously. That leads to the same area. So this would be like a shortcut. If you head back down in this direction, you could get where your token is right now. You never looked fully to the east. So there is that. But this is like a shortcut.
I'll head to the east then.
All right, you can... Either way, either direction you take it, this is where you can currently be. And what you see here is as you enter this corridor here, it looks like it ends to the north, right to about that point. This little corridor. But to the south, you've never been. And you see in the western portion of it, the glass that you're peering through, you can see this pool of water. Basically a continuation of where the hydras once dwelt. It's entirely flooded, this area. A walkway encased in transparent stone runs along the eastern wall. This is where you are. 10 feet above the water's surface. So as you walk here, the water is only 10 feet below you. This area is particularly flooded. Beyond where it should be, further to the north, where the lake is much, much lower. It's like all the water has just flooded this area and raised. And going further to the south, you see it comes to an end. Now, I should point out that right here, there is what looks like... That's not a shoreline. That's actually the wall. And it's natural. It's not a stone carved wall like it is down here. That's carved. But up here, it's all natural stone. Everybody give me a perception check since you're all looking at this. Cypher, you're totally distracted, as is Karma. However, Bjorn... I'm sorry, I got more than one roll for Karma here.
One for me, one for Valor.
I got Lyra, I've got Karma, Bjorn and Karma. There's something about that stone surface right here that's unusual. This flooded area, there's something about it. You do know the only way to get to this area beyond this walkway, this transparent wall that prevents you from getting in this area, the only way to get in there is via the Hydra area. You would actually have to move this way and walk under this walkway. This is like a bridge, right where I'm pinging. That's a bridge. Underneath that, you can walk through it and get to this area of water. There's something about this strange, almost L-shaped structure of natural stone that makes you think it's not what it seems to be.
Shall we go for a swim then?
I say
Perhaps, but... Oh, go ahead, Karma.
No, I was gonna say just that we're looking for an individual, right? And there are nothing that we know of other than hydras and worse beasts in that area. I don't know if it's gonna be worth our time to try to fight through hydras to get there.
See, Karma has no clue what you're sensing, Bjorn. Neither does Valafor. But you're getting the feeling that something about that structure of natural stone is not as natural as it might seem. You're not sure what it is, but there's something in this area.
Very unnatural there. It might look like normal stone, but something is afoot there. I can feel it. I can sense it.
Yeah.
Practically smell it.
Actually, Karma, you do actually sense this. You got a real high roll. You would sense it too, Karma. Something is not about this situation. And I should point out, Karma, you do notice something in the water. You see movement. You see motion. And you swear for a split second with that beautiful roll of yours, you saw something peeking up out of the water and looking right at you. It looked like some type of miniature dragon head, and it popped back into the water. But it was small.
There's definitely something alive down there.
Indeed. I think it warrants an investigation.
I can see we could probably check that out.
Indeed. Let's be about it.
Is anyone using detect magic? I know we haven't been up on our exploration stuff here, but just a question.
Lara would have been.
You definitely sense the presence of magic somewhere close by. New magic that you haven't sensed before. Ever since you got closer and closer to this area. So with that, we'll call the session, and you guys can plot your next move. But right now, there's something about this area that a couple of you have caught on to. Something. Perhaps it's magical, you're not sure, but if you want to investigate further, the way to do so, in Bjorn's estimation, would be to head back north and come along the shoreline and walk under this walkway to get to this area where it's flooded. It's 10 feet below you from where you're currently standing. This pool of water is only 10 feet under, so it's kind of flooded. You probably have to cling to the walls. You don't know where the floor is in this, probably deep, but something is going on in here. Something might dwell here of importance. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, folks. We're going to call it there. It was a good session. Very enjoyable. Kind of bogged down a little bit in the second half for technical issues, but we navigated that. We've got something curious going on here, and we're going to find out in detail what that is next week, episode 76. So let's do our outros, and you guys tell me what you think. We're going to go in reverse order. We're going to start with, well, that would be Jesse. He just popped in. Let's go to Layra. Dizzy, what's going on? Did you have some fun tonight? Are you wondering?
Definitely had some fun tonight.
Good. A little distraction is good.
Definitely getting deeper as we go further in, so maybe we're getting closer than we anticipated. Who knows?
Maybe. All right. Anything else for your outro?
And that's it.
Okay. Let's go to Karma. What'd you think?
I had a really great time tonight. There was a lot of new RP experiences that I got to take part in, so that was a lot of fun.
The little walking conversations.
Just the same.
All right. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, had some fun. How about you, Rachel? Did you have fun? Maybe?
I definitely did, yes. The combat at the beginning was great. It was fun fighting, especially at a higher level. You feel like you get a lot more to do. We did some exploration, which was nice, and it looks like we're heading somewhere, and we've got some mysteries to unveil next week. Hopefully I get to join you guys and my internet's up.
Yeah, your new internet.
My new internet.
Yeah. Brand new
If
box.
I have any issues with it, I'll let you know on Sunday.
Can't you just use your Wi-Fi on your phone from there?
You know, that's what John said that we could do, but I don't know if you remember. I have joined your streams or like just chatting with you, and we have terrible service at the house. It's one true negative thing is we have terrible service in the bedroom and the kitchen is the best place, but I don't want to hang out in the kitchen the whole time. So hopefully we can get something connected, or maybe even contacting our phone provider. Maybe they can do some extender or whatever to get us some better service out there. But that's never overnight.
Yeah.
But I had a good time. Thanks for being a game master and describing things
Thanks.
and leading
Rachel.
us on.
Thanks, Rachel. All right. And of course, we got Kyle. What's going on, Kyle?
Yes, sir. Had a blast as I always do. Glaive is working out really well. I did not think it was going to, but it's putting in work. First, a lot of good roleplay moments. I enjoy each and every one of them. Something special there. And yeah, had a blast. Can't wait to go swimming next session and figure out what that weird funky thing was that peeked its head out at me in Karma. But we're going to find out if I need to go Hulk smash or if we can extend the proverbial hand of friendship. We're going to find out either way.
Yeah, that was Karma that saw that with her fantastic roll of 33. Perception.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she spotted something. No one else seen it, though. So, actually, Bjorn, you got a 35. I take that back. So our cleric types, usually good at wisdom, they did actually spot something in the water, looking back at them. And let's... Jesse, you there, Jess?
Yes, I'm here.
What'd you think for the session so far? What's your outro?
Hey.
Give us your outro.
Hey, I had fun, as always. The combat was super fun. Balfour got to get a couple critical hits, and that's always a good time, doing the big damage.
Yeah.
And I kind of missed out on what happened at the end there, but I'm sure you guys will fill me in.
Yeah, we'll. Had some technical issues on my end, so
It's all right. All good.
a little challenging, but yeah, we moved it along. A lost key. We're not keeping track of keys. We don't know what happened there, but something opened. So we had to navigate that. Yeah, I guess that's everybody, right? Did I miss anyone? I don't think so. All right, folks, we're going to call it here. We're going to be back with episode 76 next week and pick up where we left off. The characters are about to explore some more unknown. Something about this area has really perked the interest of Bjorn and Karma. Something lies down there. Something that might hold the key to this mystery. Maybe. Or maybe a shard. We're going to see. So folks, thanks for watching. Ryan, especially, who plays Lofter. Thanks, man. And we'll see you guys next episode. So, folks, you guys hang in there, because it's only going to get better. Talk to you soon.